Welcome back, everybody. We're jumping in right here to the first map. Is Recharge Oddball. I'm here with my fellow caster C4, and we're gonna hope for a Game 5 competitive match here.
I didn't get to really see the stats on both these teams or the records, but Warriors and Graphite are your two teams here in the Contender League, as we do have Oddball. Going in the hands of Graphite, they've got an early lead at this point, but it's going to be 3 members down for Graphite as Warriors. The last 2 members are going to try to capitalize on that last player and get control of the gold side. But yeah, this is a little hot start for Warriors. They've got some points on the board now.
Yeah, he's able to get away with the shock there too, right? So that's a good start. Graphite's trying to make a push in here, but they are able to take 2 down and they actually get the ball, and a third goes down, and they might have a little control here, but there's this one thorn in their side. They're finally able to take him out, and maybe they're able to get a setup here to even up the score.
And you got the ball in the hands of Bombs, and he's throwing bombs at that deficit. But he's done close the gap for the side of Graphite, and it's a very fast-paced game out of this Contender League. I really didn't expect to see these two teams kind of go at it. This is kind of fun, honestly, watching. But 3 members going down for Graphite. It seems like it's just a constant battle back and forth as the last member over there for Graphite just went down, and now they have to kind of recoup and regain and push together. Warriors looking to extend this lead by 15 or so points, but this is kind of really a closely contested game here at the beginning.
Yeah, very entertaining. Like you said, Contender being like the lowest level, not a knock on these guys' skill, but I as well did not expect this fast paced, just kills left and right, action. And it's entertaining to say the least, even though no one really seems to have control at the moment, and a lot of kill chasing going on. But yeah, like you said, really close game, and this may be the recipe for the night for both these teams of just
these 2 teams are just like flying at each other like they're Peter Pan or something. Like, this is insane. Like, I'm really loving it, but it's kind of an all-out brawl, very brutal if you ask me. But the ball has managed to make its way towards the blue pipes, and both teams are just fighting back and forth. Actually, it's not blue pipes just yet. It looks like it was leading that way, but now it is in the hands of Mose. He's going to get it back here. This is a really good spot if you want to hold the ball, because you can just play it if you need.
Yeah, and I'd like to say DC Mike, he goes down there, and the ball gets thrown off somehow when he does the punch, and it gets played. And I was about to pump DC Mike, and he goes down, but he is pacing the entire lobby with 9 kills and only 3 deaths. But what an unfortunate event for Graphite to get the slay but lose the ball off the side of the map. And now we're back to square one. Everybody's battling for the ball, and 3 go down for the side of Warriors.
This match is kind of like a death pit match in my opinion. Like, both teams are just flying each other, and like Graphite though, like getting the ball and getting scrapping up a little bit time. This is kind of like one of those I feel like a KCP type strategy where they're getting a little ball time, dropping it, and then like kind of shooting and just going everywhere. And
I mean, you just don't have a second. There's no second to breathe for either team. You're just coming in there, and it's just like lives are trading in and out left and right as 3 go down for Warriors. And KC Pat is able to take down the last player, and he's got the ball. And, maybe he can get some time now, as all 4 went down there for the side of Warriors.
Yeah, this is like it's so back and forth. I really couldn't tell you what team is going to come out with this first round, because it could really just go either way at any moment. But the ball guy got left by himself. Look like he's going to get probably taken down and make that 3 down for Graphite. That was a near team wipe for them. But Warriors have the ball now. They're going to rotate it towards long haul. Looks like they're got a member towards C. If not, I think he might be dead. I'm not sure. But yeah, 3 actually for Warriors going to C. That is the preferred setup, I believe, for most teams. And
yeah, well, and he gets cut off there. Yeah, it's cut off by the side of Graphite, and it's like you say, like it's like 3 go down for Graphite, and then magically, like 30 seconds later, it's 3 down for Warriors, and it's just no one's really been able to wrestle. It's just like you said, they're pick up, it's scrap time, really. Scrap time here and there, and we got a really highly contested game right now.
3 down just went down for Warriors, and Casey Pat, sorry, it looked like Cassie. Casey Pat there was the ball.
I'm
Sorry, I missed
sorry.
that
Sorry.
name.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to call him Cassie Pat for the rest of the rest of the
Casey
stream.
Pat. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he actually gets taken down. It looks like he was going to try to get a little oddball action there, but it did get played, and now we're back to round one here again. The ball is going to come up there, and we actually got one member of Graphite picking it up early, but he's going to get slayed out as three members of Warriors have kind of nearly collapsed on that setup. But looks like they're going to kind of just chill here for a second and get a little damage down before doing so. And we got a camo up in 9 seconds. I'd like to see which team gets this, but it looks like Graphite's going to be in position to maybe get that.
Well, Noble Snipes is, he's just doing some scrap time here. Really doing a good job, just scrapping the time, and a little bit in their favor in the slays, slightly, not much, but it's pretty close slays.
Yeah.
And this time's important because we're getting down to where the rubber hits the road. It's 84 seconds, but they go down, and all of a sudden, Graphite's got the ball again. I'm sitting here thinking maybe we got like 84 seconds, but
I did not expect that.
We're right back and forth again, and I don't know who's going to win this game, to be honest with you. There's no control whatsoever by either team. It's just throw your lives at it and figure it out.
But honestly, I like to see this type of Halo where both teams are just going really hard, flying in on top of each other, because this is really exciting, in my opinion. Graphite looked like they were pushing alone, but they managed, to kill all of the Warriors, get control again here. And now your Warriors, you're kind of worried because they're crossing that 90-point mark, and they only got 6 seconds left here. And Graphite might just take this first round.
And it goes up and he gets taken down. Oh my goodness, back and forth we go. The roller coaster ride continues. And that might be the kill that was necessary for the comeback for the Warriors. They're not worried. They got the win in round one.
What a freaking clutch play from Warriors to come up behind them in the gold pipes, get a really good nade off of both of those guys there, and just cleaning them up to take that first round. I mean, super clutch. But Mo's back on board. He's already pushing out here towards the ball, but he's gonna almost get melted. Manages to save his life. Good movement from him, and he's got a couple of people over here from Warriors trying to push that B, and one does get taken down. Make that 2 actually.
Neither of these teams have any regard for life. They just start throwing their lives at, throwing it into the fray and see what happens. Just no regard for life at this point for either team, and it's been entertaining Halo, to be honest. It's not slow and calculated here. It's just throw it balls to the wall and see what happens in this oddball game. As first White Sky is able to get that ball in there, and Warriors is back in their control of the oddball, and they're getting the slays, and this could be a steamroll if the side of Graphite doesn't sort of coordinate their pushes a little bit more, because it seems like Warriors is a little bit more coordinated this round rather than last round.
Yeah, this looks like almost, in my opinion, like one of those typical matchmaking rank games, where everybody's kind of just they don't really have that chemistry built. It's just kind of random, and Graphite just need to kind of come together here and make those pushes, but it seems like they're not going to get that here in this moment, as they kind of just trickle in. But they do manage to get a kill on one of them, almost gets another one, but just not going to work out for Graphite here.
No, and that's kind of been the difference in this round. I feel like Warriors is kind of got together more as a team this round, and Graphite's kind of doing the same strategy of just trickle in, just try and push in aggressively, no regard for your life, just and that's not going to work when a team starts to coordinate their pushes, coordinate their holds, as Warriors is kind of doing here, and they got a 69-point lead, and that takedown might be it. That's 3 down for the side of Graphite.
I mean, if Warriors keep playing like this, they're taking this second round. There's no chance Graphite can come back if they continue with the strategy they are currently using, which is almost no strategy at all, if you ask me. But, I mean, right now, Warriors just keeping that constant pressure and just cutting these choke points off. And
you just look at Calculator with 30 kills and only 9 deaths. I mean, this guy is just absolutely popping off for his squad right now. And, DC Mike not too far behind with 26 kills and only 12 deaths. So this is going to be an important hold here. They're you know, it's going to have to be perfect Halo from Graphite going forward right now if they have a chance of winning this round.
Yeah, Graphite not looking too hot. 4 members down for them, and Warriors are really just narrowing this lead or this score down here to 100. And yep, they got round 2. Good job to Warriors. Graphite, you're going to need to bounce back in this game too. And I want to
Yeah.
see. I want to see.
Yeah,
I mean, we do got Calculator on one team, so you know he was pretty calculated that last game. Can we see that out of him this game? That's the question. But looks like we're going to have a false start here, ladies and gentlemen. It
That's a 5-yard penalty. False start.
Party foul. But
Party foul
yeah,
on
we're gonna get this
somebody.
started back up here shortly. Just bear with us here. We're very appreciative of you guys stopping by the stream, checking it out. Make sure you check out the YouTube and Twitter as well for the Halo Rec League, and keep up to date what's going on if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that follow button as well. But we're gonna jump into this this second
coming
game
up
here shortly.
And I know my fellow caster C4. He's a vlogger as well. He was at HCS Orlando. He has a few highlight reels, so if you could check him out on Twitter, YouTube,
Ooh,
check him
I
out.
think we appreciate
He's got some hot fire. He's
plug.
got some hot fire coming out. He showed me a few of his videos he's about to release. So give him some love. We appreciate you all coming in here and watching and supporting the stream. This is a labor of love for both of us. We're here because we love Halo. We love casting.
We love Halo.
We
Sugar loves
appreciate.
Halo too. Make sure you check him out on Twitter. He's all about that Halo.
I'm on that Halo life. I may argue with Spartan a few times about things, but he doesn't hate me, I don't think.
Nah, I had to disagree with him because he put out a list of his his wish list, and I was like, he's like, I want the Mangler replaced. I'm like, bro, I don't see what's wrong with the Mangler. It's been nerfed. You're GA and drop weapon in competitive. I can understand that need a little rebalance. It needs to be a tier 2 weapon if you're gonna keep it what it is. But
yeah,
we're gonna hop into this game
we're
here.
hopping right back in.
And thank God we don't got no Manglers on this map, but it might be a little bit brutal on this map. But we got some action coming at you here in just a second.
I'm interested to see what Calculator brews up for us here on this Aquarius. And I'm interested to see if Graphite can counter the momentum they lost in that second round of Oddball. I want to see some high paced, slaying out, Halo here. As we're hopping on with DC Mike, one of our top slayers from game 1. He's going to pick up the heat wave, try and get a little bit of control of the P side of the map as everybody's kind of playing a little passive. The first pick does go to Warriors though, as they're able to get those shot grenades and get a few slays off of it. But it's back and forth 2-2.
Yeah, this is very kind of like, I feel like a slow start. It ain't as fast as I thought it was gonna be, but Warriors right now are gonna go down. It's 3-2. They're kind of like, I don't know, that guy kind of like trickled in by himself to like a whole team and got melted. Now
he got melted by the swarm of Graphite players that were all kind of huddled up there in the losing my words here, but that side of the map they were just kind of huddled up in that. I can't even think of the word. I've lost it. I'm sorry.
That's all right, but yeah, actions here. He's kind of playing his life. He's putting a little damage down. Warriors are all on the other side of the map towards the P side of the map on the yellow, but they have control currently. It looks like of top middle. That's where you really want to be. Like I think on this map because then you can, you can pinch sides here, but it looks like that's what they're trying to do at least. But they're taking their time, and I like to see that. But I'd like to see a little bit more of a team unit push together. They're kind of trickling in here, and that's where Warriors kind of like trading out here. But it's just I don't know right now. It's too hard to tell what's going to happen here.
Yeah, not a lot of it's like you said, it's not really coordinated play by either team. It's just slower placed, uncoordinated play. Yeah. But 3 go down for Graphite. But we're still tied. They go 3 down, but they have the picks that are necessary, the trades that are necessary, and they get the shots across. And a lot of the action is happening on the util side of the map right now. As Graphite's kind of like turtling up, trying to stay together here, and DC Mike goes in, gets a pick, and they can't even figure out where he's at. He's on the prowl, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets this invis, because I believe that'll probably lend to teams being more aggressive. Once somebody gets that invis, they're going to be able to give the information and the call-outs necessary when they covertly go around the map for their team to make the pushes needed.
Yeah, and right now it's like just a back and forth battle. I mean, Graphite does have a lead, but Warriors can definitely get back in this match as they do close that gap to 2. But I don't
I'm
know, it's
not sure if they
rotary.
know that the Invis is down on that side of the map. I haven't seen
I
anybody
actually
pick
didn't
it
see
up
that.
yet. Yeah, it fell down bottom mid, and I'm not sure anybody realized it wasn't burned because I haven't seen anybody that's picked it up yet.
I want to see one of these teams be like a little aggressive together. I mean, it's kind of the slow push into each other, but they're trading back and forth, and it's just a bloodfest, honestly, if you ask me. I mean, Warriors is trying to come back. They do manage to get a tie game here going, and 2 members down for Graphite, but they need to try to maybe continue this momentum into these last remaining players and try to push that wipe. But yeah,
Yeah,
Graphite's
I
still
mean,
fighting back.
it's always. I feel like all the action has been in yellow util and yellow base. It's just like one team gets control of it, stays in there. The next team pushes in, kills them, and it's just back and forth in this yellow utility. And like we kind of predicted, very close. Not quite as fast as we might have thought, but you know, not a lot of coordinated pushes here. It's kind of single solo pushes, and that's gonna hurt Mose going in by himself, getting slayed out by 3 teams. 3 players of Warriors.
I just want to point out though, on the side of Warriors, DC Mike just he rented a really big U-Haul today, and he basically just put his team in it because I mean look at it, he's 13-4 right now with 2 assists. I mean it's absolutely nasty. And on the other side of Graphite, you have Mose doing the same thing, 11-7. Both of these players really carrying their teams, but it's still neck and neck. As Calculator is going to get a push here on the top car. He sees 2 members in the yellow connect or blue connector, sorry, and gonna back down. Actually, very smart play from him. I like to see that. That was a little bit of patience, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
this is the
mean,
moment.
Calculator, even though he doesn't have the slays, he's got 5 assists and he's only died 3 times. 3 times. You look at the rest of the board, and you got Casey or Cassie Pat or Casey Pat, whichever one you want to call him. It's Casey, I know. I'm just joking around, but those guys are the guys
Yes,
playing
yeah.
their lives. Yeah. So. Oh no, we're
Looks
gonna
like
have
we
to
had
have a
a
we're gonna have to have a restart. Quick Boom decided to crash the party
wow,
at
Click
27
Boom.
all. Thanks, Quick Boom.
Thanks, Click Boom.
Thanks, Quick Boom.
Yeah,
You just ruined this
you're,
map.
you're a
It was
party pooper.
27 all. Party foul. Party foul and Quick Boom.
Yeah, I don't.
He's
He's got
playing
zero.
too.
Well,
The
he's got
best thing
zero.
is
He's
he's
got
0-0, but he is
kills.
running around the map trying to make slays here for the team. You know, Cassie Pat and
What in
Quick
the
Boom
world
must be
are we
brothers.
watching?
You know,
I don't know if anybody notices what's going on. Click Boom though, doing big things here. He's on the map. He's gonna ruin this for us. Click Boom coming in
We're going to
clutch.
do a full reset, so no one has any advantage here. We're going back to 50. We're jumping on with DC Mike, as he rented the U-Haul, as C4 told us before, and 2 go down for his team, but he does get the slay, and we're at 2 all. And DC Mike with a double kill. He's going for the triple. Can't find anybody. He's still controlling that P side of the map, like we were talking about. He's hunting down kills though. He can't seem to get the information or find out where the other team Graphite is spawning yet though.
Yeah, both teams are highly contested here in the very beginning, but Graphite still managing to come out here on top as they do get I do believe it's a 2-point kill lead there. Yep, make that 2 down for Warriors. I see this top middle control. This is what we were just talking about. Cassie Pat or Casey Pat, whatever you want to call him. He's doing a good job. I mean, he sees a couple members funneling over here from Warriors to P2. He's going to get a pickup, make that a double kill for Casey Pat. Doing a great job. Now he sees his teammate pushing in. He decides he's going to do the same, and that's going to be 3 in the death screen for Warriors.
And it's an 11-5 lead. And like you said, like the key point we were looking for, and Casey Pat really is doing what we were looking for somebody to do. Control that top mid, and he's back in P2, and he's putting damage in. And this 11-6 lead, it's not insurmountable, but it's a good start to the reset.
And I'm really liking this confidence out of Mose. I mean, he really pressed his advantage there, and now they're nearly double the kills. And Warrior really need to try to make an answer back here. They're still kind of like trickling in a little bit and deciding to play their life at the last moment, but I don't know if that's going to work out for them. But they're all funneled here over towards the yellow util side, and Graphite could easily take advantage of this situation if they got some nades. But Warriors are going to rotate to top middle to stop that camo. And
that's
right
good
now,
rotation right there. Like they were kind of huddling up again in the yellow util, and it's It's almost exactly what we saw last time. All the action is happening in yellow util. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand what the importance of yellow util is to these two teams, but there must be a pot of gold in there or something because
I,
everybody's really fighting for that yellow util control. It's
what
18-12 right now on the side of Graphite going up
what
right now.
what these teams don't realize is that like Graphite's playing this util strategy. It's really not the best strategy in my opinion. Warriors really just don't realize what they could do right now. I mean, if they just took their time and pushed from two different angles, they would easily wipe Graphite right now. This is not a very good play if you're playing in a higher division, but right now both these teams are just going neck and neck straight forward like they're like the British, like lining up, that's what it seems like.
I mean,
And
this is there. I'm telling you, there must be a pot of gold in that
yeah,
yellow util they're fighting over because
a
it just seems to be
big old
where
pot of
all
gold.
the action is happening right now. Look, action's just flying in there. They're all flying back in. He gets a couple taken down, and now we got control by Graphite in the yellow util.
I mean, this is a neck and neck battle. Warriors are slightly down in kills, and smart job from them to step back here and get their shields back. And they need a little top mid control because I believe they could really get a huge advantage if they choke that point from top middle. I mean,
Well, DC Mike is bringing that U-Haul
yeah,
again at 12-6.
he
He's
is.
just saying, I'm going to put the team on my back.
Second
We're not
time.
fighting in yellow util anymore, but they do take him down on his path to yellow util, and it's 25-20. Any team's game, but the halfway mark has been reached by the side of Graphite. And well, yeah, Calculator doing a good job not pressing. They got control of top mid. They got a little bit of shots, putting the pressure on. And like you said, they can trap them in there and then make a concerted push. As action pops out, gets a slay, but it gets back smacked by the invisible guy.
Yeah, and there's still a chance for Warriors to come back in this match. I mean, they do have a camo. It needs to really take advantage of this and just get information at the moment and plan an attack. I really wouldn't try to attack right now because it doesn't look like you got the help from your team. But he does get pinpointed out by Eagle Eyes over here. Mo's gonna get that kill, and Graphite doing
just
a great
not like
job.
a great use of the invis, right? He kind of walked in the middle of the map where you're the most exposed. He got no information for his team because he you just can't. I don't know. Just not the best play with the invis just to walk in top mid where you can be exposed by anybody that's got, like you said, eagle eyes and sees the movement of your outline. And DC Mike, just want to give props. He is just really trying to put the team on his back and just will his team to victory here and get a 2-0 lead. But down 7, they're gonna need to get together. It looks they're playing a little more passive now, which I don't know if that's good because it kind of looks like Graphite's pushing out finally and being a little bit more aggressive. But DC Mike doing his thing, 16-10.
Yeah, and if you're Warriors right now, you need to try to close this gap as quickly as possible because Graphite are about to push that 40 kill mark, and that's where things get a little ugly in Slayer because then you're only 10 kills away from winning the game. And Warriors not doing the best of job when it comes to that department is Bombs PC gets the double kill and puts 2 of them on the death screen. They're going to be funneling over here towards util once again. It looks like it's just a battle of the utils tonight, but yeah, I think Graphite's doing a better job of that.
Yeah, the up 9. I do like that, Calculator's getting back with his team. They got all 3 here as, Weiss guy goes down and, 42-32. This is almost at the point of no return. If they don't sort of, get it together and get some team shots in here, they're, the Invis is in Moses' possession, kind of sprinting in, giving his team some support. And he went on a killing spree and, 44-34, we're almost at that point, like I was saying, there's no going back. It's just a hard road back when you're down this much and you need 16 and they need 6.
Yeah, I don't really think Warriors are going to do much in the department of getting slays here towards the end of this game because, I mean, they still got to get quite a few kills. I mean, they're still within range. I mean, they're past the range, but they're still pretty close to where they could have gotten staked. But yeah, Warriors really need to try to bounce back if they want to continue to control the pace of this series. Because looks like Graphite might be going 1-1 up here tying
Well, and you
this.
just look at DC Mike. He's doing everything in his power with 19 kills and
He's trying.
11 deaths. I mean, he's not a lot of assists, but
he's doing work though.
usually when you see somebody with that disparity in kills, you would think that that team was winning in the Slayer game, but it's not really the case so far. As 46-39, they pulled it back to only 7, but Noble Snipes is trying to play his life here, and he's not going to be able to get out of there alive. As we're inching towards, a game 2 victory for the side of Graphite.
Yeah, and Graphite go 2 down, and yeah, they just need one more kill, get a trade if they can, but it's going to be a trade, not a trade for the side of Graphite, as they're trying to now, like, it seems like trickle in. This is where you kind of like need to take your time here, but Graphite go ahead and just end this game quickly, 50-43, and I mean, chaotic games, but that's also what causes the most exciting games, as we saw in that first round of Oddball earlier. But one member from Warriors going down early,
out.
But he's going to manage to get Rockets here.
Get the Rockets still. As a little bit of control goes, first B cap goes to the side of Graphite, but DC Mike coming in with the double kill with those Rockets, really putting them into good use, and he's about to flip B in the side of his team's favor.
Yeah, DC Mike, he's being a little patient. He's looking for some info. We got a couple members up here. A calculator actually going to take a member down of Graphite there, and right now they did have a trip cap, but Graphite's going to go ahead and cap C. And now I bet you they're going to try to push this B. That's what it's looking like here. But we still got one member back in the C, just holding that point, which is also good. But you do need a couple members with you. You can't be just 2 on 3 here, because that's not going to work out. You also need to try to push from a different angle. Going driveway isn't necessarily the best approach, but Bombs is going to opt to play his life, get his teammates back here. We do have one member going down for Graphite, and they're still looking to get some control. But Warriors doing a better job of controlling this map, and this is exactly what I was talking about when you asked me that question at the very beginning, which team was going to be more patient, and it looks like it's Warriors right now.
Yeah, so far Warriors has been more patient. They're leading in the slays, and they got quite a sizable lead to start. A few of them do go down, and B control is lost. But the Bulldog is still in the hands of Calculator, and if he's able to sneak in there, he's probably going to get, at least the damage, if not the kills.
Yeah, and we got a shotgun in the hands of Calculator. He's trying to be calculated. Can he get this kill on the player over here on B? But he actually gets that kill on Casey Pat. We have a couple members spread out here. It's a back and forth battle for B, but C's getting taken, and Actions is going to put a stop to that. He actually takes down, I believe that was Calculator, and he sees 2 more members of Warriors pushing out towards him. But Graphite putting some points on the board and narrowing this gap, and that's what you want to see right here. But this setup is kind of odd, in my opinion, and I'm not sure.
Well, and I think it was a great play by, we were looking at Actions, and, he played his life well. He's like, I'm going to push out, I'm going to get a pick, I'm going to be a distraction. They're not, they weren't able to push it A, and now, maybe we can get a little bit of B control because I played my life here. But, Warriors just sent 3 to A, and they're on the patrol back, and no one from Graphite really took that, took the initiative that they gained from the whole team pushing back to A to flip B in their favor.
And I was actually thinking about that before you said it. I was like, they had a opportunity, a whole window, probably a good 5-second window there to get to B and grab some time there, but they didn't take advantage of that. And Warriors are now taking advantage of their mistake, and they're putting the points on the board, and they're looking to get that into the 100 range here. But Graphite just needs to try to notice these opportunities a little bit faster and push them, because I mean they still have a chance to keep this game very close.
And you got DC Mike patrolling with the Bulldog before he finally gets taken down, and it looks like B and A are being flipped. If they're able to,
okay, good job from them.
Secure it, they punch it down, and now they're, if they can sit here and hold a setup. I haven't really seen a team that's been willing to hold a setup, right? It's like you talk about they're flipping spawns a lot here. You see A and C are flipping, and 4 go down for Graphite, and that's big because it's going to be a trip cap, and that's going to put major points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see too many split pushes. I mean, it seems like that's what's happening. We're seeing these split pushes where like two members from each team are pushing different sides of the map, and I mean, it can definitely work. Don't get me wrong, but when you have a team kind of huddled together and you're doing a split push, and you're 2 against 4, it's not going to be a very good, situation for you. But right now, I mean, Warriors doing a great job keeping points on the board as Graphite's looking to secure B, which they do. If you're Graphite, though, you need to take advantage of the time you got and try to wait for your teammates and live up here and get
that
together.
trip cap could be, I don't, it's never the nail and go off in this early, but that trip cap could be the reason that Warriors are able to win this game. And like you said, it's because there's not a concerted effort of all 4 making a push coming from different angles. They're kind of just doing these 2-man pushes, and Warriors is just gobbling it up, and they're gobbling up the time.
Triple. Ooh. Yeah, Casey Pat coming out with that triple there, looking really nasty for Warriors for a second. They all went to the death screen. And now Graphite are, somewhat back in this game. If they can, like you said, be patient and just try to control both of these points without pushing that 3rd stronghold, they might have a chance of getting some points and closing this gap. But I don't know if that's going to work out for them as 2 members do go down. It's a 3v3, and like you said, you see these members trickling in, and it's not how you want to play it, but he does reset B, so good job for him.
The rotations, Graphite's on the better rotation right now.
Yep.
DC Mike went over there and grabbed C, but they grabbed A immediately. C grabbed it, and they've kind of kept their self in that game. This game, their head's still above water. It's not too large of a lead, and even though A and C are going down, that's like you said, you don't really want AC. You want AB or CB, and it's too hard to hold. The AC hold on this map, especially.
Yeah, we got Calculator on the screen going for a Rockets. He's going to have a little opposition, but he does get that kill onto action. Going to jump tires with his Rockets, looking for some information here. He sees 1 member back A. He's going to get him weak. Can't quite get the cleanup on that player. That player is doing a really good job of staying alive. That was Casey Pat, but he does get a trade over here towards the side of Rockets, and 2 members go down for Graphite. Yeah,
and we're working towards the 200 mark, which is a key mark in these stronghold games. The first team that typically gets to that 200 mark, especially with the kind of lead that Warriors has right now, is probably going to be the team that secures victory. Though, Graphite's doing a good job. They're getting over the 100 mark. They're not over 100 points behind, but they're going to need to get the slays here and hold this B side of the map, because B is the most important side of the map in strongholds on streets.
Yeah, it's definitely the one point you definitely got to have. You don't want to try to go for a CA hold. It's just never going to work out, in my opinion, especially at higher level games of play. But yeah, Graphite managed to get the BA hold. This is the preferred setup, I think, for most pro teams or most teams in general. I mean, it works very much in your favor if you know how to hold it down. And Warriors are going to go down. It is a 2-on-2 at the moment, but Calculator looking for some information, gets a couple of shots towards caution here on a player, and he's looking for a player back A. Decides to go ahead and try to get a little early time on A, disregarding that player that was back A, and he's going to get cleaned up now. And now it's 2 down for Warriors.
Oh, and he just did a good job, right? Maybe it was just a good job distracting. He allowed his teammates to go get B. Maybe not the most advised push, but, he Calculator played his life long enough that his team could get the setup and get it. But, they're not really holding a setup. It's just, teams are just going for those AC flips and the spawns flip. But, DC Mike and Calculator really pacing the lobby on their team. And we're looking at Casey Pat really kind of doing the thing for his team as well.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did a good job of distracting there towards A, but ultimately didn't get anything out of it. As Graphite are still putting points on the board. And but Warriors going to slightly take over here. They're trying to get A. I don't know if that's going to work out. Noble snipes, though. He's got rockets in his hand, and it seems like a really good play. He's being patient. He's going to get that trade onto Mose, and both teams are really kind of neck and neck here at the moment. But Graphite need to try to close this gap and get in here quickly, because 200 points is approaching, and Warriors really have a good shot at taking this first, or this second map. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, as we say that, though, the side of Graphite's about to cap C and B, even though by bombs up here at B. He's got a few players. He's playing his life well, but, he's just going to have a little bit too much pressure to keep his life. And, we're back and forth. They've done a good job. Graphite, they that trip cap really put them in a hole. But they've been able to wrestle it back, and they're only 60 down, but they're going to really, the action needs to start now. They need to be pushing as a team to get this B and sort of get a hold and really narrow the gap. But there you go. DC Mike.
They're racking up points right now. This is really just, I don't know, in the bag for Warriors. I feel like they've got the most advantage on this map currently. I mean, Graphite need to stop trickling in together because their moment to to try to keep this game alive is really just slipping out of their hands here.
Yeah, it's on a knife's edge now for them. They need to be able to get in here. They need to be able to get the flip B. The importance is flipping B, and they're flip A, but the side of Warriors takes C immediately, and you gain nothing out of it. And there's 4 seconds, 5 seconds they need before this game's going to be over. And I'm like you. I'm seeing this as maybe going to be a Warriors victory with the reversal out of calculator.
Yeah. You got to be quick right now. You need to start trying to head towards B and get it. But we do have Mose jumping into B. I don't know if A is getting taken by Warriors. This is what you don't want to happen. You want to push either C or A. You don't have much of a choice here. But Warriors getting points on the board right now, and they're going to go ahead. Actually, wait.
Oh, we got a clock stopper. We got a clock stopper at A. And the Rockets are down there on back A. If he can pick them up and get to B, we could have a game on our hands still, but they cannot afford to let him flip this with 1 point necessary for the win.
Perfect Halo right now.
And it's going to be it. They're not able to get in there, and we got a win for the side of Warriors, and they're going to go up 2-1. I'm interested to see who's able to, like you said, control the overshield, control. Two things are going to give the edge to whichever team wins this, and it looks like the side of Graphite is really hard playing the overshield right now, as 3 of them go over there to battle out with at least 2, if not 3, of the side of Warriors. And it's going to be interesting to see who is able to get this, as all the people are just, deaths are going left and right, and Casey Pat just kind of abandons the overshield. Yeah. I'm not sure what he's doing, because he's given that tool to the other squad when he had it in the bag. It was his.
I don't honestly know why he made that move. He just that wasn't. They have it now, and look at it now. Warriors have control now of that. I don't know if the momentum is going to stay in their favor, but I think that was definitely blunder. But he's going to get the sniper rifle. Let's see what he can do with this thing as he looks towards the member. He's going to get a shot onto the member. Noble Snipes. Sorry, I almost said Noble 6, but Noble Snipes goes down to Casey Pat, and there's going to be 3 down for Warriors, and we have control back in the hands of Graphite, and looking to extend this lead a little bit further here.
Apparently, he's got the big brain moves that we don't possess, because we both thought it was a blunder, and his team's got control, and they got an early lead here on the first hill due to him being able to put some damage in with that sniper.
He gave that overshield up. Maybe it was worth it, So he did do a little damage, but 3 going down for Graphite as they're just spawning up, and Warriors trying to get back in this. They do have the hill at the moment, and the calculator is going to go down. And that was a really a point on the map where we really want to control, but he couldn't hold it, unfortunately. And Graphite are looking to push all in here. We got Actions pushing in with his teammate, and Warriors, I don't know, they're looks like they're not here to help him out, and now Graphite are taking control back.
Yeah, it's interesting. This hill has been really, really close, but it seems as almost Warriors have conceded and are starting to, they were starting to make the play for the C hold, and they coerced them into coming in when they jumped off. And I don't know that was a calculated move, would you say? But DC Mike's able to go in there and clean up some of the kills, and they got control of the C flat hill on the rip right now.
Yeah, and Warriors, they've already got that head start on Graphite in the second hill. Good job from them to be responsive here and be quick on their feet. They have full control of tower side. This is going to be very difficult for Graphite if they, continue to try to trickle in. They need to find some really good advantages here on the map, get a little pressure down and get a pick, and then push together. But looks like that's what they're going to do here. They do take 2 members of Warriors down, make that 3 as one just spawned up, and now Graphite have the ability here to jump back in here and regain control.
Yeah, that was a great push.
Yep.
Great push done by them. They were able to get that team out of there and stop the clock from clicking against them. And 3 go down. Action's gonna have to play his life here, and he's not able to do so. So this first hill most likely is going to go in the favor of Warriors unless Graphite can make a concerted push to get them out of it. They're kind of trickling in, like you said, and that's not going to be the winning recipe for taking over this hill right now.
Yeah, we see a lot of time on the board for Warriors, and looks like they're going to go ahead and finish this hill out just here shortly and put their first point on the board to tie it up. The hill is going to move towards A, and both teams are not very much in position yet, except for one member from Graphite. He's going to get the kill onto West Guy, and he's got the early control on the hill. But you got Warriors pushing in here, and they're going to take him out.
And DC Mike, the information. And he goes for it. He doesn't get it. What a kill. Is Casey Pat know he has it? He does, and he's going to pop it. And that could be a very big play, as it looked like the side of Warriors were going to sneak away with it. And now you got Casey Pat just putting in the damage.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he noticed that player towards Keydor there, and he was just getting lit up. And that was a very missed opportunity to turn around and put damage down. But yeah, 3 go down for Warriors because of that, and now Graphite have full control and already hitting that halfway mark for the second point. And all they got to really do now is just kind of be patient, just wait for Warriors to push up, and it looks like that's what they're doing.
Now they're playing a patient game. They actually have the setup. They're not rushing away from it, which is refreshing to see, because I feel like we've seen that more out of the side of Warriors than Graphite so far tonight.
That was a quick hill.
Maybe, that really quick hill. And, when you get that setup, sometimes it can be a quick hill, right? You get the team in the position, checking all the choke points, and here we go. The Slays are back and forth again. And this next hill is very important, because if Graphite's able to get it, that 3-1 lead is sometimes hard to overcome.
This match is just so competitive. I mean, all these players are just in your face, like no breathing, man. I mean, it's like that song "Last Resort" by Papa Roach. It's like suffocation, no breathing. That's basically what we're down to here. I mean, Graphite and Warriors just going back and forth. Warriors going 4 down, and now Graphite are looking to try to push towards this third point here in King of the Hill.
Yeah, and that overshield coming up soon is going to be big. If you're able to stay on this hill and get the overshield and put this hill in, Graphite may be able to ice this game. They'll be up 3-1, and that's a hard road back for the side of Warriors. As DC Mike gets taken out, great play by Mose. And that overshield is popped up, and a concerted push coming from the side of Warriors. A few get picked off. I'm not sure who's going to get this overshield, but a couple kills. But now the flank comes in. I'm not sure who that was, but it looks like DC Mike off the top rope takes the overshield for himself.
Ooh.
And gets nasty on actions. And we got a hill. And they need to play perfect Halo if they're going to get this hill, because, that's like a 1 second necessary for Graphite to punch that one home and go up 3-1.
Yeah, Warriors really need to have just one person in the hill. It looks like they got 3, like, basically floating there. They need to have those other 2 or 3 members be highly aggressive. I mean, and just push out, put damage, keep Graphite from pushing up. And they're doing a good job. I mean, they only need like 1 second, but there's only one member left over here, and Graphite are in it.
Wow, what a hill, back and forth, the ebb and flow. But the 3-1 lead, this guy's me getting the feelings of a Game 5 hotly contested match in Game 5. 3-1 for the side of Graphite. Calculator sneaking in, getting a couple, putting in the damage, really putting in the damage. Gets 2 kills with that heat wave, and back and forth we go for this hill. It's going to be interesting. It's like Russian roulette. Who's going to win?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this game is going to go in favor of Graphite, but this is the Warriors' last chance to make a stand, and a stand they are making. They have almost half of the bar here to get their second point on the board, but Graphite's not really letting them breathe. I mean, they're constantly pushing them out. So I mean, I expect to see a very high contested hill up here. As both teams really aren't controlling the map.
And that overshield's coming up soon. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be a fight here between Actions and Calculator. And Calculator gets the win, and he gets the overshield. that should enable them to be able, if they play their lives properly, to get this top hill and get to 3-2. And with the 3:29 left on the clock, that's a lot of time. That's all. It's enough time to come back and win this match. And a double kill, making a triple out of Calculator, just using that overshield and 4 go down for the side of Graphite, and they punch that hill home, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, and Calculator got calculated out of the equation, and and Warriors now are desperately trying to get back into this game. I mean, they have a little time on the board here, but it's going to be a 2-on-2 situation for both teams as Graphite is getting control back and looking to try to get this 4th point on the board and end this game. I don't know. Warriors really going to need to wait for each other off their spawns. It looks like they're starting to get a little desperate and they're trickling in, and that's what's really causing their demise here.
You look at Calculator and DC Mike. These two guys have really just been putting it on for the team, always putting the most slays in. And it hasn't calculated. I don't want to be too punny here, but hasn't really resulted, should I say, in objective efficiency, being able to win the hills. As get a few slays here, and it'd be interesting to say. But Casey Pat coming in there with some punches, playing a little Mike Tyson punch out there in the hole, and they get control again. And this is moments away if they can control this hole from going to that coveted game 5 that they're hoping to get to.
Yeah, and 3 going down for Graphite isn't too much of a good look. I mean, you're giving Warriors the opportunity to come back here. You really want to try to close this game out, but you still got 3 minutes left on the board. Very possible for Warriors to do just that, and it's going to be a back and forth battle between Bombs here and a member from Warriors, and they trade out. But Graphite's still putting a little time in that hill, but they do get contested. It is only a 1-on-1 situation here as 3 members for both teams went down.
It's 1-on-1, and we're having a 1-on-1 matchup. Whoa! There he goes. Calculator taken down. Casey Pat doing work. And this map is this particular hill is just helter skelter. No one really controlling it. And Mose has the sniper. Looked like the overshield just slid by. So that could be the recipe for this going in the favor of Graphite and send us to that game 5, which seems so mythical as we rarely see it so far this season.
Yeah, and Graphite's getting even closer to securing this 4th game here and tying the series up. And it looks like they're going to do just that, but they're having a little bit of pressure put on them from Sandbags and the Nest. It's a little bit of a pinch. I mean, that's what you want to kind of do, but they just weren't successful. And Graphite's going to take this game number 4, 4-2.
Now, and
factor whether or not you do make it in the playoffs. So this game is the game of all games, honestly.
Yeah, and you see the side of Warriors trying to get control of that. Majorly trying to get control as they set 3 to glass to start off. And they back in 2 kill lead for Graphite, nothing monumental, but it'll be interesting because Graphite was the team that won that Slayer, and even though it was not like a convincing win, it was a solid win at 50-43, and them getting off to a little bit of a start here. It's 3-2, very close. It'd be interesting to see that team that puts the first distance.
Kind of started off slow, if you want my opinion. I mean, but now it's starting to pick up a little bit as Warriors is, trying to make a stand here in this last game, and they're pushing together actually, quite surprisingly. But you got a couple members of Graphite holding that top gold down, but one member is going to go down. That's going to be Casey Pat. You got one member singled out over here to control. Does his teammates know? Did he call him out? Because that could be an easy kill if you push together. You can melt him very quick. But Warriors going to slow this match down to opt to play their life here. And we do actually, never mind. We got 3 members going down, and the 4th one is about to go down as well.
And when that was great, they didn't recognize that he was there by himself. Yep. And by slow playing that, it allowed the other 3 players of Graphite to come in on the flank and just get a team wipe. And 10-5, that's a big lead to start.
Yep.
It's the first distance that any team has really put between the other teams. As what a big kill there.
That's
as
huge.
we're going to 12-6, and Warriors is going to need to slow this thing down and get together and make team pushes. They're just kind of disjointed at the moment. And a game 5 Slayer can get away from you if you don't sort of get your strategy and hold control of the map and make pushes together. 14-7 is not insurmountable by any means, but it's a good early lead to the side of Graphite.
Yeah, and Warriors are still within range of bringing this back, but they need to start playing together a little bit because Graphite's doing exactly that. And now they are double the kills of Warriors and looking to extend that on here into the 20s as they go up 17-9.
Good flank here. If they're able to get 2 down, you get one of them. And he gets 2. What a
Nice.
reversal by Calculator, trying to pull his team back into this. They are down 8 though, and he's playing his life with his teammate that's there. And they're not able to get the pick, but they're only down 7. Sort of been that 7-8 kill lead, and they're not able. Yeah, they're just not able to make the push that's necessary. They're kind of trickling in, like you said, and the trickle in has never been effective. Oh, DC Mike doing it for the team. 2 kills on a double kill with the shock now. We'll see what he can do if he can, sort of erase this 7-point deficit with his power weapon.
Yeah, and that whole situation just went right in the hands of Graphite and in their favor. I mean, they're coming out on top in almost every one of these engagements just because they're playing a more patient game as Warriors are just pushing in blindly, you're not really knowing, what the enemy position is or what weapons they have. They're getting a lot of damage and getting picked off. But, DC Mike is trying to keep his team in the game here. He's on screen trying to stay alive and just trying to get information, it looks like. But he's going to slow his pace down here. Sees a member of Graphite on him. He's trying to get that trade, but he's going to get it, actually. I'm really surprised. Bombs is going to go down, but he does see a member up here on top catwalk as that member is going to back down on the side of Graphite.
Well, and it's going to need to be this. No, I'm not meaning to call anybody out here, but Noble and Wise Guy are going to need to help the team out because Calculator and DC Mike have kind of been putting the sleighs on for the team right now at all series, and it's going to need to be one of those guys that's going to need to, just put in the damage, maybe put in some assists, get a few more kills than they've been getting in the previous games to claw their way back in, because 9-point deficit is a big deficit at this point. And you're right, the team that's kind of playing for each other and pushing together is the team of Graphite right now.
Yeah, and they're doing really well with their teamwork. I mean, they're playing off of each other. This is exactly what you want to see. If you're a team that's trying to win, you want that chemistry, and it seems like they found it here in this very last game, and it's working out for them very well. I mean, 36-26 is a very nice lead here, and that's a tall order for Warriors to come back from. But especially once Graphite pushes and moves past that 40 kill mark, it's going to be even more difficult for you if you're on the side of Warriors to try to make a comeback. So
I think they need to slow it down.
Yeah,
I think that they've just been a little bit too,
they still have plenty of time. Yeah, exactly.
A little too aggressive, and it's kind of played into the hands of the more patient play of Graphite. And you don't see anybody on a Graphite really. What a Hail Mary! Great play by Wise Guy. The guy was just asking for more kills out of. But you're down 9. Going back to my point, Graphite, they don't have one player that's just really popping off. They're kind of even across the board. As most gets taken down, this is the time. It's the 40 kill mark. It's now or never for the side of Warriors, and they're gonna have to do it now, or it's gonna be never. And
well, the thing about it is they have 6 minutes still left in the game. They could totally play a slower game here, and just start getting picks on Graphite. I mean, they don't need to push. I mean, it's not like you have a lack of time here. You have more than enough. You have ample amount, actually. So we actually see that coming out of Warriors here. They're going to make 3 go down for Graphite. They're trying to close this gap. It is a 6-kill game. They have the invis. They have a little bit of momentum on their side as the whole team is together. But can they secure these kills, get these cleanups? As Graphite's making a last-minute push in here and trying to close this game out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a great play by Bombs. He noticed that he was there by himself, and he kind of just ran away from the situation, even though he doesn't eventually end up going down. Just a smart play. There's all 4 of them in there. Don't push by yourself, as Mose does. And that's a big kill because we're only a 4-kill mark, and it was just 10. It was 42-32 just a minute ago, and the side of Warriors, like you said, is just playing a really patient game, and now Graphite kind of panicking a little bit, kind of trying to close out the game quicker than they need to. They also have time. They have the lead. They don't need to be
Yeah,
overly aggressive.
exactly. I mean, it's nice to see this out of Warriors, though. It's a great response after, considering they were playing a little bit more of a fast paced game and it wasn't working out. Both teams are at a standoff right now, and it looks like they're trying to make a push, but one's making a solo push, going to get that repulse, but is going to get spotted very quickly and taken down. That was Moe's. Now Warriors have the repulse. They have the advantage. Back here, and he actually repulses, mind the gap on action. It's going to send him home. He's going to get another kill. That's a double kill for DC Mike. 3 go down for Graphite. It's what is this, a 5-kill game still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know who it was, but somebody came in there and got the flank, and they only need one more kill, and they close it out 50 to 44. I really thought Warriors was going to flip the script here.